Hey Scorpio, so I'm doing a second reading for you. I just shuffled these. I had to stop my camera just because I needed to deal with something. And so I don't have a way to pause and start again. So I'm starting the whole video again. I literally just shuffled right now though. The reason I'm doing this reading is because, oh God. The other reading that I gave you, it's super positive, it's super happy, and while that's great, I know that a lot of you are not dealing with that situation, and I want to be a little bit more well-rounded, more encompassing for all of you, if I can. So I am going to try and I'm going to give you another reading, but what is kind of blowing me away here is that I just shuffled these and the Knight of Cups came out again. The Page of Cups came out again. I'm pretty sure these were in your other reading, and I'm pretty sure they were in this area. We have an energy here of the Four of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands here in reverse, and then we have the King of Cups in reverse. So it's interesting with the Seven of Cups here, the crowning of the energy. You have somebody here that's essentially wanting to communicate their feelings, their emotions, express what they're feeling, possibly apologize. This may have been somebody from your past, another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you may have been dealing with, or just somebody that you were very emotionally connected with. It seems like this is the past energy, but it could be just a fluid energy within the situation. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself because these are general messages. These are malleable. The center, most current energy, we have the Four of Swords with the Nine of Cups. So this is essentially telling me that even though you may be taking a break to get back into your own rhythm of things as far as like your own emotions, the emotional flow, your connection to yourself, but also it's also telling me that there's a connection here where it's like you've either taken a break to heal, to receive different information from somebody or from yourself. You are essentially trying to, it's like recognizing the connection, but still taking time for yourself to heal. Okay. So moving into the future energy, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse with the King of Cups in reverse. So Scorpio energy. The only Cups card, court card that I'm not having here is the Queen of Cups. And I'm wondering if she'll make an appearance a little bit later in the reading. But the Knight of Wands in reverse with the King of Cups in reverse, this is not a good energy, okay? This is an energy of somebody who is very emotionally manipulative. They can be very seductive in a lot of ways, but it's somebody who isn't really, they would rather not be connected with their own feelings. They can kind of prey upon the emotions and feelings of others that they're dealing with. So it's kind of somebody that I would definitely be careful with. It could be somebody that's drinking. It could be somebody that is just, somebody who's relapsed, somebody who's been on and off. I'm trying to remember now too, because I did your reading like a day ago, and I don't like do the readings and then just release them. I'll do the readings and then I will release them at the time I release them. I did it yesterday, I believe. But that reading, I believe, had some sort of connection to somebody who may have been dealing with some sort of like alcoholism or coming out of drug abuse, or just somebody who was very emotionally manipulative. This is that type of energy here. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Yes, it can be seen as the player card, which may be the case, somebody who preys upon your emotions to get what they want here with this King of Cups in reverse. But this is also indicative of somebody who is... they don't have longevity in situations because they're emotionally out of control within themselves. It's difficult for this person to connect with people. That's why their relationships are so fleeting or kind of messed up. It's like they have a hard time connecting with others. So they have to... they have a hard time connecting to others. It doesn't make it easy to be able to be in a relationship with this person. So, and then the Seven of Cups at the crowning energy here. This is talking about options. It's talking about emotional options, things that make sense for you in regard to your balance, in regard to your future. Each cup or each item that this person is looking into is a potential. Each potential goes down a road. It's, things that you could get into, but they all have lasting ramifications. They all have a ripple effect within your life. So it's really a card of choosing wisely. And this card also denotes an energy where we are in our heads about choosing because we understand that it's going to cause us change, and things are going to, there's a significant effect in your life when you do something like that, of that nature. So let's go when you make that decision. All right. I feel very frustrated right now. Show me this Knight of Cups here for Scorpio, please. Show me the Knight of Cups for Scorpio. So for the Knight of Cups, you have the Hangman, and you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, it's funny, this Knight of Wands in reverse is sitting on the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I feel here that this person may have been that Knight of Wands in reverse in the past. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords, manipulation, mind games, somebody who is, they can be depressed, they can be sabotatory in their way of dealing with relationships. It doesn't just have to be mind games and manipulation. It can be somebody who's very depressed, somebody who can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, somebody who doesn't include you in the way that they feel, emote, somebody who's having a difficult time emoting and connecting to their feelings, which therefore has a problem in regard to how you connect with them. And that can put a damper on situations, that can tear apart a relationship. And it feels here with this Hangman here, somebody's taking some time to consider their actions, and it may be them considering their actions or you considering the actions that have already transpired from this person. And I'm going to say this again because I feel that this was in the Scorpio reading that I just did yesterday. The Hangman here, I'm feeling too that there's an energy where we need to be open to somebody just communicating with us what they will. Not trying, we don't need to sway their communication. We don't need to make it something that it isn't. Just allow somebody to communicate from where they're coming from. Try not to shape the situation. Try not to mold it to your desire. Try not to be idealistic. Maybe that was the Pisces video. I honestly can't remember. It's been a really busy 2 days. Show me the Page of Cups here for Scorpio. So you have the Moon here, Scorpio, Pisces energy, and Cancer energy. As a reader, I also read this as Cancerian energy as well. The Moon is, talking about confusion. It's talking about things that are kept hidden from us, emotions that are untapped, undiscovered, unknown, not knowing the direction that we need to go in. Sometimes when people are of an emotional, they're emotionally upset, they're emotionally immature, and the Page of Wands can definitely talk about an emotionally immature person, especially with the Moon. It doesn't make it easy for the connection with somebody to be regarded as something solid. It's very difficult to maintain that type of connection. It can also talk about lies. It can talk about deception. It can talk about things that are not revealed, things that are still being kept in the dark. If you have somebody here that is coming toward you and is wanting to apologize, I would say be careful, watch their actions. And again, with this Hangman, don't try and interject. Just allow them to communicate, allow them to emote, allow them to be honest with whatever honesty they have. They may want, if they're honest about what it is that they need to convey, they will tell you what's been going on with this Knight of Wands in the reverse. But I'm also curious to see if this person is going to remain in this Knight of Wands in reverse energy, because it's here with the King of Wands in reverse. That's not the best combo. It's honestly not the best combo. Show me the Four of Swords for Scorpio. Scorpio, anybody dealing with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever Scorpio is watching this, whomever is watching this, who resonates with this reading, show me the Four of Swords for whomever is resonating with this reading. You have the Five of Pentacles here, Scorpio. So the Five of Pentacles is a card of, it's a card of lack. It's a card of want, desire, but not having. It's a card of feeling left out, being shut out. You or the person that you're dealing with may have taken time to go within themselves and reconsider their life, reconsider the things that they're dealing with, basically getting their ducks in a row, so to speak, and kind of recalibrating their life on their own terms. And it's left somebody out. It's like somebody is wanting to be back. But I think here, in a certain way, Scorpio or cross-watcher, whoever has taken time out, whoever is healing from this situation that's occurred, I think it's important to also consider the potential where we, how do you say that? By getting involved back again with somebody where it's been tumultuous, where it's been very painful, where you've had to put yourself not in a timeout, but just really tend to yourself, your feelings, your emotions. If this has just laid you out, like, you need to be also considerate of, will that happen again if I entertain this? Will this be a replay? Is this going to be something that is going to be detrimental to me? And can I handle this? Do I want to handle this? Is it something that I need in my life again? Because it's confusing here, because we do have this Nine of Cups. It's like we have this person who we care about deeply, who we have felt very emotionally connected with, but you're on the fence about it, it feels like. Show me the Nine of Cups here for Scorpio, Scorpio's cross-watchers, whomever. Okay, so yeah, you have... you have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse, and you also have the Nine of Pentacles here. So this is somebody who in the past may have been very, how do I say, very non-committal, afraid of going further into a relationship. Somebody who was, what's that, not scaredy cat, that's the wrong term, because that's almost like a challenge. I don't mean it as a challenge. They were scared. They were, cat, what's that? I'm getting an image of a cat, like arching its back and like jumping off of all fours, like, like it's scared. Yeah, it's not certain about what they want in a situation. They may have left you for what they do want, or you may have left them because it didn't bring you any type of stability. Upright, this Page of Pentacles communicates stability. They communicate energy that is long-lasting. They involve themselves in situations that has the potential for more, to build upon life, to create, a connection with somebody that is longer term. It's also a student. It's somebody who's a learner. The student. But overall, the Page of Pentacles in reverse is like cold feet. It's worry. It's not having all of the information and kind of like running amok with it. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles here. So this is somebody who's taken themselves out of the equation, somebody who's left a situation. It could be them, it could be you, but the Nine of Pentacles, essentially, I feel that this may be you here, because it's like the Nine of Pentacles talks about somebody who is working on their own life. They are taking time for themselves. They're healing their finances. They're healing their social circles. And when I say that, I'm talking about, who do you run with? Who are the people in your life? How do you connect with them? Are these like people who gossip? Are these people who actually bring you nurturing connections in your life? Are these people who, you feel absolutely at home and at ease with? Or are these people that you feel on guard with, fake connections? It's weeding those things out so you can actually have goodness, longevity in your own happiness. And it's you being supportive of that. It's you being, moving into that gracefully, and it's of your own design, which is even better. But that happens after we heal. That happens after we allow ourselves to be removed from this type of pain and discomfort and deception from somebody. And that also very much ties into this Seven of Cups here, with the options, the potentials, the things that you are weighing up in your life, the things that you have to look forward to. And that's why I think there's such a heavy emphasis here on choosing wisely in regard to what you want. Show me the Knight of Wands in reverse for Scorpio. So again with the Four of Swords. Okay, again with the Four of Swords. So the Knight of Wands, now this person may be healing, taking some time to themselves. This also could just be being blocked out, or it could mean that you are taking time from them. It's present here twice, you know, and I feel that both people have been affected here. You know, not everybody's a bad person. I mean, people make mistakes, people change as well, but right now I feel that it's important for you to really be more so engaged in what's going to be best for you and not trying to accommodate the potential of another. Show me the King of Cups in reverse. Why is the King of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse? Why is the King of Cups? Why is the King of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse? So you have the Star and you have the Three of Cups with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I say Six of Cups, it's somebody from your past coming back, but that's not present here right now, unless this is that person. You know, here it's almost as if the light is being shown upon whatever is happening here, what has happened in the past. You know, if this was a third-party situation, if this was somebody who was being deceptive with you, manipulating you, you know, somebody who also may have been drinking, this can talk about if they were drinking, if they were having alcoholism issues or drug codependency issues, this could be shining light on that and doing a fair amount of healing in regard to that. The King of Cups also in reverse can talk about somebody who's very addicted, somebody who has an addictive personality, somebody who abuses substances because they are not connected to themselves, okay? With the Six of Swords, this is talking about getting away from that energy. It's talking about leaving it, finding calmer ground, ease, and not being as affected. But with that Star here too, it's also addressing the problems. It's bringing light to things where they have not been really accessed before. And it also may be somebody, I don't know, it feels like somebody trying to see eye to eye with somebody else. What is the true intention of the King of Cups here? What is the true intention of the King of Cups? Show me the true intention of the King of Cups. So you have the Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is somebody who's in their head. They can't let go of something. They're thinking about things to just a mind-numbing degree, and it's not even numbing, it's agitated. High anxiety, sleepless nights, it's severe depression, chronic depression, you know, things of that nature, things that can't be easily remedied, and it's in their mind. They're constantly like going and going and going and going. Can't let it go. Show me the Seven of Cups here for Scorpio. Seven of Cups, you have the Strength card. So the Strength card with the Seven of Cups is essentially an energy where we're having patience with ourselves. We're having patience in the decisions that we're making. Here you have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You know, have patience in regard to what you're getting into here, but also in the same breath, have patience in regard to what you want to do in your own life. You know, I think that we often hold people higher than our own needs, our own direction and desire in life. You know, it's like, oh, well, if I had this person in my life, then it would be better, or maybe it would be different, you know. But I think you may need to like refocus on your own self, refocus on what makes sense to you. What's under this Ten of Wands? So the Ten of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords in reverse here. So it's getting out of your mind. Under that is the Ace of Cups. It's talking about healing. It can talk about reconciliations and connections with emotions and cups of love and, you know, all that stuff. But what I'm feeling here is the desire to let go of burdens, the desire to let go of problems that have plagued you, things that you have been willingly holding on to, things that have been very difficult to let go of. you know, and it's like now we're putting ourselves in a timeout. There's a lot of connection here, I believe, with the Scorpio reading that was already done. Honestly, I felt if it's, I feel it's the Scorpio reading. I could be confusing it with the Pisces reading, but like somebody who's having to take time for themselves to truly reconsider what this is. I think in the Scorpio reading before, well, I know there was a reconciliation, there was a desire to be with each other, there was forward movement, and somebody, I think it was the male partner, but whomever it was, somebody who was having a lot of problems was looking into it. They were finding a different sense of themselves, discovering a different sense of themselves and their connection to you, recognizing that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You know, that was kind of the theme of the other reading. Here, though, I feel that it's more so focused on the person that has been on the receiving end of the pain here. And I think it's important for you to take time to really reconsider, re-engage within your own life, how you want to go about things, where you want to go, the direction you want to go in, and is it vital for this person to be in your life? You know, is it something that you can truly sit with and be absolutely 100% comfortable with, you know, or is it just problematic? So let's go ahead and what do we want? What do we want? You know what? I'm going to pull a card for the Moon and the Knight of Wands. Show me the Moon here. Eight of Wands with the Moon, so communication. But here at the bottom of the deck, you have the Devil. The Devil is connection to people who we can have codependent ties with, who are toxic in our lives, who we've been through toxic cycles with, people who have addictions. You know, if somebody is having a problem accessing themselves, being comfortable with their emotions, this can be a card of communication in regard to feeling things out, what they want to say, what they want to bring. But again, I have this, you know, Devil at the bottom of the deck. So is what they're saying true? What's underneath the Devil? The Three of Swords. This is heartache. This is emotional disruption. Show me the Knight of Wands in reverse here for Scorpio. So here with the Knight of Wands in reverse, we have Strength in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a lack of control, a lack of self-worth. It is somebody who is, you know, reactionary, impatient, somebody who is just, it's all or nothing, you know, type of person. They do what they want, no holds barred. That's harsh energy. If they're coming to offer you something, I think you really need to reconsider what may be being offered. Where is this person coming from? And it doesn't mean that they're the devil. It doesn't mean that they're the worst person in the world. But sometimes when people are manipulative, they will do what they need to do to get what they want, especially if they're coming from a place within themselves where they themselves are emotionally immature, you know? So I would just say be careful about that, Scorpio. All right, let's go ahead and pull some advice for you. Show me advice for Scorpios. Okay, that's popping out. What is this? We have the Two of Airs. So the Two of Swords here. The Two of Swords is essentially being on the fence about what you want to do. It's about standstills, stagnancy. It can talk about relationships that are on hold. There's distance between the two of you. That can also talk about physical distance, you know, which direction you live in, you know, especially with this Eight of Wands here, which is essentially a card of travel as well. But the Two of Air, the Two of Swords, you know, a lot of silent time between two people, you know, one or the other, one or both people choosing to decide which direction they want to go in. Stalemates is another, you know, situation that falls under this card. A stalemate where somebody is just not talking to you, shut off, you know, everything is not going well at all. All right, give me one more card for advice for Scorpio. Okay, what is this? The World. So this is finality here. The World It talks about learning. It talks about lessons, things that we release once we understand the meaning, the true depth of what we've experienced in a situation. The world is also a card of travel. Again, this person may be at a distance from you. There maybe have been a fair amount of silence between the two of you. And, honestly, Scorpio, part of me really, really feels like you need to be careful with how this person approaches you. Again, with this hangman, be careful about trying to rule the conversation, trying to fit it and mold it in the direction that you want it to go. Just allow this person to give you the truth that they have, if they have any. There's going to be a lot of patience and time that needs to happen here. If this is to go anywhere. But I feel here too, like, with this Four of Swords, the Star, and the Three of Cups, I feel like this person in a way still does want to connect with you. They want to make it better in a way. I'm almost picking up energies of like regret. And I think they want to see eye to eye with you, but still they're like coming out in this weird way where it's like they are manipulative. They are, not open, not 100% open here. And I think for you, you crave transparency most. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it's like, you guys, Scorpios are fucking amazing. I love Scorpios. I'm very heavily peppered with Scorpio through my chart. It's interesting because Scorpios desire transparency. They desire true connection, and they will see through you. They'll also allow you to say what you will, and they'll watch you unravel yourself in front of them. They will watch you tear yourself apart. They'll watch you dig a hole, and they'll allow it. And they'll even play along just to see how far you'll go. But when you treat a Scorpio right, when you're honest with a Scorpio, you get pure gold. You get pure gold, and you get somebody who's loyal, connected, and absolutely in love with you. It's incredibly passionate and just wonderful. But I feel here, somebody may not know how to do that. And it's like somebody is, you could be dealing with somebody younger than yourself who is still emotionally immature in the way that they go about things. But here I just feel like even so, you're still not on the same page. Like you're both changing things. You have the potential for growth. If you start to communicate again, which I feel like you will. This person is all up in their head about it, though. I don't know if this person is dealing with like emotional disruption. I mean, it feels like they are, but it feels like they need to heal from that and be honest about it with themselves, most so than you. They need to be honest about it with you, but more so with themselves, because they can't really move forward with anything in their lives, in totality, if they're still like operating under these like shitty ways. Okay, so let's see here. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. Scorpio energy, Scorpio. Show me Scorpio. Okay, you have two cards popping out. So you have separation and true love. So, and you guys know that I don't like to use these cards much, but for some reason I've been pulling them because they feel like they're supposed to come out. This person feels like you guys are separated. It feels like there has been a stagnancy between the two of you, and there's a fair amount of love here. But I also think that if there is actual love here, you also need to exhibit love for yourself and be very upfront with that. Be very upfront with what you need, Scorpio or cross watcher, and not just jump back into the arms of somebody, because it still feels like they're dealing with a fair amount of problems in their life, emotional problems maybe with communication, honesty, sharing their true feelings. This has elements of the other reading in it for sure, but I think you guys will figure that out if this reading is for you. The separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. This again may be a situation where you're dealing with somebody who's far away, different state, different town. possibly a different country. You know, the world also, it talks about world travel as well. It talks about foreign affairs, people of different cultures. So I'm going to pull some Nocturna, a Nocturna. If there's more, then there's more, but I'm going to do that, and I'm going to call this good. Show me for Scorpio. Okay. So where'd that card go? All right, you guys. The bottom of the deck, Scorpion. So you have Weeping Willow, and you have Gecko. All right, Weeping Willow. Sorrow, grief, flexibility. The willow tree was considered a symbol of grief and mourning in the 16th and 17th century Europe. Chinese folklore associates them with ghosts due to their shape, and it is considered unlucky to have one in your yard. It is also a flexible tree, able to bend very far without snapping. This teaches us to bend with the universe and with what life throws at you, rather than fighting. This may be in regard to reconsidering, reconciling with this person. You know, this in a way has a positive twist to it. But again, I urge you to really pay more attention to yourself and your own personal needs at this time. I feel like I also mentioned in the other Scorpio reading, if you were to reconnect with this person, I think it's important for you to have some reserve in regard to this person. Be more so able to resist them. And what I mean by that is in a sexual capacity, because when we just jump into a situation again and re-engage with somebody sexually, it sends a lot of messages. Yes, there's messages of passion and love and desire and lust and, you know, all of those things, which are delightful and very healing in a lot of ways. But it also kind of, in a psychological, subconscious way, sends the message of, oh, you can get the cow and the milk for free. You know, this person doesn't have to work for me. This person can just have me. There's a lot, people who come from a space of manipulation, kind of a mindset of manipulation, that is like fucking candy to them. And it may not be intentional, but it's not, it's just what they want. So if you've been dealing with somebody who's emotionally corrupt, that may be just their in. So be careful with how much you give of them, especially in a physical capacity. All right, let's go ahead and check out Gecko. Gecko, speed, sensitivity, sacrifice, positivity. To the gecko, size doesn't mean power. In fact, its small size typically means that it can stay under the radar, unnoticed. The gecko's extremely sensitive vision and hearing allow it to notice danger before it notices them. But if spotted, it can easily get away from predators due to its sheer speed. Its legs and feet are able to grip any surface and climb vertical walls away from danger. Worst come to worst, if cornered, the gecko is able to detach its tail from its body in order to satiate its pursuer. Be careful here with this person, I feel. Again, just be careful with what it is that this person is coming towards you for. Be very patient in regard to allowing them to open up and reveal whatever it is. It feels like you are being pursued, Scorpio or Crosswatcher here. And I definitely say be careful about that. There's something to it that just doesn't ring true. There's something here that just doesn't feel right. All right, let's go ahead and read Scorpion, because that was at the bottom of the deck. Scorpion. Change, death, rebirth. With its poisonous sting, the scorpion is a classic symbol of death. Ancient Egyptians believed them to be the spirits which guided souls from one realm to the next. However, with this card, it is not a literal death, but a figurative one. Scorpions periodically shed their skins and grow a new one, up to 6 times in its lifetime. Perhaps it's time to shed your own skin, like an old relationship that's run its course, or a dead-end job that you've been at for too long. That's kind of where I'm feeling that you're at right now, Scorpio. With this Four of Swords, that's where I'm feeling that you're at now. And this Nine of Pentacles, I feel that there's a fair amount of consideration in regard to what you want in your life. You know, and I feel in regard to the first reading that I did for you guys, honestly, what I'm feeling here is that this is a continuation of that reading. Sometimes I get readings where I will get 2 or 3 groups of people, like groups of Scorpios or Tauruses or whomever I'm reading for. I will get a group, and I'm reading multiple like sections in a book for each group. This one I feel is in tandem with that last reading, but I think that this is for the second group. I feel that that reading was for one group of Scorpios. I feel that this one is for another, but they still have a very common thread. The commonality here is really unique. I am going to read this owl card, which is underneath the scorpion. Feeling drawn to do that. Owl 34. Owl. Ancient wisdom, intuition, observation, guidance. The owl sits high in the trees, its sharp vision allowing it to spot the smallest creatures hiding in the grass and brush. The ancient Greeks and Romans associated it with divine wisdom, and it is affiliated with the goddess Athena. The owl is able to see what's hidden, including deceit. The bare branches in the card represent clarity. Nothing can hide from the owl. If you are going through confusing times and tough decisions, pull back and simply observe what's around you. That's what I'm feeling here, Scorpio. That's what I'm feeling most of all. I feel that this is like a time to pause, a time to reconsider yourself. More than reconsider this person. Reconsider yourself. Reconsider the time it's taken you to get where you are in your life, the time it's taken you to heal to the degree that you have in regard to this person, and the time it will take you to do more in your life for yourself. Get goals set up, get them attained, work towards things that are making you feel better. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about things that heal the heart, things that heal your emotions. If you need communication with a counselor, do it. If you need to be around your friends, do it. If you need to be around people that are seeing eye to eye to you, do it. You know, taking classes where you, I don't know, I mean, whatever floats your boat, man, like fucking whatever. But it's connecting with people and being impassioned and emboldened by life again. You know, I feel like you've maybe gone into this very deep part of yourself that's kind of shut you off from life, from those that you love, from the people in your life, and even a bit from yourself. And it's like, I think you're at the point where you're emerging and you have a fair amount of newfound understanding of yourself, of the situation, but it's also a newfound understanding of what works for you, what makes sense for you, who do you want in your life? Who do you want in your life? You may have a deep core connection with somebody, but that doesn't always mean that you have to be their partner. It doesn't always mean that you have to accommodate for their lack, their immaturity, their inability to really be a concrete partner. Okay? You deserve a concrete partner. You deserve somebody who is there for you, communicates with you, is not going to put you through the ringer, is not going to, you know, give you crumbs. Somebody who is very open, connected to you, and desiring of not the same things, but desiring to have longevity in a relationship. And if this is this person and you feel that they've changed, and so be it. In the other Scorpio reading, it truly felt like the person changed. This reading, I feel that this is more so for the person that is dealing with emerging in their own life in a higher and more well-rounded way within themselves for the better of all that they come in contact with and yourself. So I feel like one more card, and I don't know why. Why? Which card? Which deck? Which deck? I've got like 50 decks in here, you guys. You have serenity. This is, I think, most important here, to find serenity within the situation, within yourself. I feel that you've been cultivating serenity in your life, and if you have not, this is what you need. This is more so than anything. Serenity, ease, taking a break from what it is that has been painful for you. So finding clarity in your heart and in your life, Scorpio. And sometimes that means not continuing with somebody, even though we may have a fair amount of love for them. You know, sometimes showing ourselves that type of compassion and allowing ourselves to step out of a situation that we know may not be for us. You know, we have a very great deal of connection to it and a deep pull, but it may not be for us. So on that note, I'm going to head out of here. I love you guys. I hope everything is well. If this reading resonated, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If it didn't, it wasn't your reading. And I will see you guys soon, next month. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, if you feel free, like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. Take care. Bye-bye.